Yo, Tom, he's getting me. Unfortunately, the truth is I cannot really work without stimulation, meaning that without being properly fucked, it's sex to forge cyberspace solo, and that's what was my initial mission for the past year. I'm gonna attempt to summarize this shit. So first of all, I began my learning path while being in China, and for the first half a year I was just replicating available video. Playlists after playlists, I was copy pasting information from the available resources made by pretty much everything there was, for what I'm extremely grateful, as well as happy that I have chosen to pursue what I see, I think is right. Now, I had no background or whatever to back up my base of knowledge. The only thing that there was is a desire to learn. However, before that, initial cause for that was vision that I had to forge, and Unreal Engine was the only way to forge that. And these a bit oversized wormholes is still there. I was thinking, what should I do? Something that can unstain all the sins that I have done and being useless. I wanted to be useful. Initial spark ignited this vision, and therefore I wanted to make something that would benefit society, human organism, and then remove my hand to scribe tons of pages and notes from accumulated sources throughout these couple of years. Initially, the project was labeled as Unreal Universe, and it was prior to discovering what was Unreal Engine. And that's why the choice was simple. There was no Unity without Unreal. As stars began. And this is the base of what I think is going to be the most important feature, as these sons are signed using Excel tablet table. can be tweaked using the Excel table, and data can be imported in Unreal. The Excel table, provided it's predefined, and you can easily change the amount of sounds, which are subclasses of those. This is a further for stop. You can see the hierarchy on the bottom over here, and I should look in depth and try to explain what I did as clear as I can. Yet all the data at this state is chaotically chaotic in my mind and in my PC, and I've broken through the possibility that my hardware can handle a long time ago, and the hard drive is full and it's full of shit. The point that some depressing things can be labeled, it doesn't matter. What matters is that the website Arcspace is online, and I'm unable to get freestyle on all the fragments that I have related from my notes. I assume that is because of the severe brain damage, self-caused obviously, or maybe I'm just tired, but one is 1 year to get from 0 to here is alright, and I'm satisfied. Maybe a bit longer. It has malfunctioning hard drive which contains a few important projects, as well as the external hard drive that is full of projects. Yet if I'm starting to fix it, it's gonna take years and ages, and I just that not. So let me try to explain what's going on here. So Archetype X is it was meant to be a template for cyberspace, and cyberspace obviously not a individually operated project. Yet I've been writing 1 year, and yet probably have made some clear explanation mistakes on the way, because I failed to find those individuals whom I thought were also into forging independently this kind of project. Yet I believe that humanity at some point will get this. So, for cyberspace, it's not pissing over your fingers, right? You know. And I'm aware of that. Or the first thing was exploring the tools available and the assets available and using that. And therefore, most of the work is going to be overclocked assets made by others we have relied on. Yet the code was known to me, and yet my thing is show the picture. That's why I came to here. That's why I learned this thing. So let me say, Cyberspace already exists, right? But it is not an uniform environment, but it can be within. And this is an extra work that is probably backed up by the notes and the research and the platforms that have linked and developed as a result. For that to happen, there are a few technological features have to be developed. I believe I have somehow touched some of them and implemented them in some of my projects. It's a bit hot and the hemispheres are overheating. So forgive the noise. So what it takes to get cyberspace done. Assuming the visuals is sorted already, I've been using the wormhole assets provided by Android Marketplace Pros, slightly overclocked. Yet, let's not get into the exactly holes, but around it there are stars, and the stars are golden planets. A number of them are defined by the data table, which means more stars can be easily added and removed, properly tweaked. Or locally tweaked, tweaking those actors while you're within a local area can be easily set up as well. And over here you can see that these are the stars that are spawned around black holes, and it's just a not size correct, but yet you can see the point. And I can pretty much own these black holes, set up these black holes that are hierarchical, which means that the black hole is the top and the star will be subpoint of that black hole, right? What else is going to happen is that around the star there's another down the hierarchy, and under the star there is also a planet that is spawned around the star, and it's done automatically in a few clicks and a few rows set up. So that table, even externally, can be 50 of them can be set up easily. Yet this is not the proper vision, is it? In cyberspace, we must get scattered opinion of the mind or the masses in one place, and easily be done by exploiting easily available technology by Unreal Engine, simply by shifting social network to the 3D space and using 3D widgets to make it more immersive and interactive, entertaining than the previous two-dimensional scenes of past. We can use parsing to render target remotely a fragment of a text and strip it of all the clutter and provide this pure text and message to the player or to the user within Unreal Engine system. You do not have to have a global social network, you just have to have efficient parsing method and a server base that can do the operation. The way I see it, you just run the two-dimensional website and extract a fragment of a text or an image or a data that is being targeted to you, such as a message or an image or video. And you simply feed it into somewhere. Now where it is a device that I called an eye, and unfortunately I've only done it on paper, but it makes sense for me, yet not all devices yet is getting there. So the point would be to convert two-dimensional resource into three-dimensional space and use it with such amazing effects as this. Now you would ask me, where would you put text there? And this is not a place where you put text, this is just a space where everything will be held. As you can see, those nebulas are already there, yet they are just spheres, and yet I was not able to mix these cube maps with the really volume textures, because that's what has to be done. Because then we can create the volume fog location and cloud set tab boundaries and the cyber location. That was pretty much the main thing. What has to be done, right? I assume that what other important issue to concern would be data. Cyberspace only exists because of the data that made cyberspace. This data is stored there, right? Now, I'm not the professional to explain what is the meaning of that label, but what I know is that what has to be done is that all available data that exists in this needs to be somehow organized, stripped of clutter to benefit species. How would that be done? A personal theorized such an option that to get this all this shit that we have accumulated so far, all these various resources and websites. Data must be organized and stripped of clutter. For that, I thought it would be useful to get one thing that only connects everything is the spectrum. Since the spectrum is the only thing that we can see and only thing that we can witness and everything exists is a result of our response and basically light. So I've taken the light and I have split it into a rainbow of 7 colors. 7 main colors is 360 degrees of spectrum, that's why, excuse me. Basically, split the spectrum into 7 parts, 7 colors, weighted them by importance, from red, purple. Depth explains or, in a way, relates or basically, if you take all the data as only common thing, the colors, that's what I saw. Brain being too dumb to provide any better explanation at this stage. Yet it made sense for me for the past year. Therefore, special division presents these 7 stages that symbolize the lock. And so, represents a stages towards activating, constructing imaginary device. And therefore, Archetype X will be a collection of the ideas, thought forms that may be beneficial for stars. Therefore, I'm to do my best to sound this, what I've learned and discovered. But solo warfare is exhausting and tiring. be back.